Hello, my friends, and welcome to the session where we are going to discuss and really unpack all these steps that you have to go through in order to survive a trauma of rape and sexual abuse. On a very spiritual level, I know how hard this is. I had experiences in this area, unfortunately. So I am somebody who's talking from the experience. I'm not talking from any psychological books or science. I'm mostly going to talk from my own experience and just some spiritual knowledge that I have gathered on my way. So, number one that I want to clarify in this journey is to make you understand that this event is not your fault. Because very often when we are in this victim mindset, we can recall some situations in our brain where we can be maybe like, oh well, maybe if I didn't say this would have happened. Or maybe if I didn't dress like this would have happened. Or maybe if I have stayed at home and I didn't leave the house that day, this would have happened. Or whatever it is. Like, our brains can come up with so many stories, but the main question that I want you to ask yourself is, are those stories helping you in your recovery? And they're most likely not. And the reason why I know that these stories are not helping you is because I have been through same stories myself, right? I will have this it's almost like record on repeat that stories would come to my brain, and they wouldn't go away, or they will make me feel guilty even more for something that I didn't do, right? So I want you to free yourself of that guilt and to make sure you understand that it's something that you need to almost fight your brain on, because our brains are very analytical and our brains love coming up with different sort of analytical data and observations that are not always necessarily helpful in the healing journey, right? So that is number one. I want you to release any guilt, any shame, any bad emotions that you have correlated to this event, and to stop keeping yourself hostage and in prison. So there is one thing of trying to become cognitive aware of this and trying to solve it in cognitive way, but I will later on in this session give some meditation and some affirmations that can help you to get out of the vicious cycle, right? So that is number one. It's not your fault. No matter what your brain is trying to do to convince you that it is, or present whatever data, I just want you to state with me right now, this event is not my fault. Period. There's no more discussion about this. This is a decision, right? It is a conscious cognitive decision, and you're not allowing your brain anymore to wander in that headspace. it should take zero mental real estate. You're not doing any mental gymnastics on this topic anymore, on the first point. Number 2, it is very important to forgive yourself. And this is going to sound very freaking ridiculous, but I have to say it. It is important to forgive that other person, but in a way that's freeing yourself. That does not mean that you forget what happens. No, but it does mean to release the energy that will hold only yourself down and drained. And we don't want that. We want all these heavy, I want to lift all the stones on your back. I want to lift all these ropes that are holding you down and trying to break you apart. Because the point of healing is for you to move with the energy of light, with the energy of the Creator, with the force of the universe that is pure love. And when you hold the grudges, when you have ill will, no matter how justifiable that is, because believe me, let me tell you something, like, we do understand, especially I do understand, why would you hold ill will towards that person or just wish them something super bad? That's completely understandable. But in order for your life to move past that event, in order for you to free yourself, not even free that person, because that person will suffer energetic and spiritual consequences. I promise you, they will suffer these consequences whether you see them or not. You will most likely see them. You will most likely not see them because you do not have access to that person's brains, feelings, emotions, and so on. So maybe you do, but I will assume that most people do not, right? So the forgiveness is not for that other person, is not for nobody else, it is for you. And the first is to forgive to yourself for any ounce of energy that you're judging yourself for. And the second is to forgive that other person, but not because you think that person is good. No, like, we all understand what that person has done. Just to forgive them so that you can move forward, right? To forgive them in order for you to move forward. That does not mean you're in touch with that person. That person can be blocked out of your life, out of whatever, but you surrender. You have to surrender whatever punishment you want this person to have. You need to surrender that to God, because quite frankly, at the end of the day, we are created in God's image, but we are not gods, right? We can't decide, oh, I would like this person to experience that punishment, or I would like him to experience this type of punishment. God didn't give us power to do that. God didn't give us power to impose black energy to other people. Like, of course we can do that, but that's not the point of human life, right? So this is why I want you to move out of this field, out of this energetic field of like guilt and shame and not forgiveness and grudges, because that will be like walking around and living the life and having this like black or gray cloud above your head and constantly having the rain coming out of that cloud and blurring your reality, blurring your experiences. And we don't want that. We want to remove that cloud. We want to remove that energy, and you are the only one that can do it. And I'm here to help you. You can do it with my help. So what it took for me, it was a decision. It was a decision because I realized if I do not make that decision, I'm going to basically live forever, for the rest of my life, in sadness. And then basically I will give my entire life, and the rest of my life I will give that to the trauma. So then essentially what I will be seeing by my actions is the trauma has won. And we do not want to do that. Why would we allow a trauma to win? Why would we allow ourselves to live in sadness? Why would we do that? We don't want to do that. We must fight. We must fight. And there are rituals and some other meditations and affirmations that I will share with you at the end of this session that you can do. But believe me, one cognitive decision is enough for you to switch your entire reality. You don't need to go to 500 therapy sessions. You don't need to go to 10,000 classes of some coach. Like, of course, things can help, right? I'm not saying for you not to work with anyone one-on-one, whatever. Those things are always beneficial and they can help. But in the reality, our own power of willpower is everything. Our own power and our own decision to turn another page and live a different life is everything. And this is what will save your life. This is what will save you. This is what will create new reality. This is how you move forward. This is how you attack this world in a new way. And this is how you live out of love. It is a decision. What I do want to share as a problem that happened with me is that I thought that I have fully resolved my trauma because I, in a way, did not allow it to fully come up to surface, and I was putting it under a rug. So I basically, of course, after the event happened, I cried a couple of days, and then I decided that I can't live like that. But I didn't actually completely process it. So the affirmations and the meditation and some actionable items that I will give you at the end to do will help you to not do what I did. Will help you to actually be completely cognitively aware if you're still acting and living out of your past trauma or not. Because I don't want you guys to do that. Because it was still so deep inside me that I didn't know how deep it was, that it will cause me to, like, let's say if I was in a restaurant with a friend or something, I have moments where I will go to the restroom and I will like suddenly start crying. I would suddenly just like break into tears because of what happened, like that event, right? And it's almost like my body was asking for me to process the trauma better, which I was not aware that I need to do. So now we are going to go into like practical, actionable items and set of things that you can do to heal yourself, right? And also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can probably find me in one of the links below. So let's go. So number one, I want you to dedicate 3 weeks, 21 days, and do following activities. I want you to, once a day, when you're taking a shower, if you can be in like a bathtub, or if you ever have access to any of like body of water, like a lake or the ocean, I want you to go and use that. Meaning, if you're, let's say, in your shower and you're taking a shower, you're not thinking about many things, or you're thinking about your work or what do you have to do, I want you to think how all the negative energy, all the bad karma, all the thoughts around that are getting washed off away from you, from your body, from your thoughts, from your energetic field. And I want you to repeat these words. You can say them quietly, or you can say them out loud, whatever works for you. I want you to say next: whatever is not mine, I let go. And I let go in peace. I allow this water to wash away all the energy fields that have entered the mind that are not mine. I allow that to pass through and to not stick at me, because it's not mine and it does not belong to my level of consciousness. I do understand that I'm divinely protected by the Creator and this internal force of life. I do understand that the Creator does not want me to suffer. Creator wants me to feel safe. Creator wants me to be happy. Creator wants me to create my own blissful, energetic field. And my energetic field holds so much light, so much happiness, so much fortune, so much joy. All these beautiful things are in my energetic field. They shine so bright inside me that it is practically impossible for any dark energy to even get close to me, because I'm so divinely protected and I'm so loved by God, and I trust myself and I trust the Creator. I trust that my path is unique. I trust that I will be able to use my wisdom to bring more light to this world. I trust that there is divine force behind me. Therefore, my energetic field is safe. I have everything that I need. I can create everything that I need. And I can ask a creator for anything that I need. And it will be delivered. I now understand that I'm safe and that I'm protected. And therefore, with this affirmation, I close my energetic field for my own well-being and my own bliss. And no dark energy can ever enter. So, this is the meditation, or these are the words of affirmation that you can use every day to bring yourself back to your energy field whenever you're like, I will say, touching the body of water. But I do prefer for people to do this when they are taking a shower, or if they can be in the ocean, while like remembering these words or resemblance of these words, or if you can play them on your phone while being in the lake or something like that, or you're in your bathtub, whatever. So therefore the energy will be absorbed by water and it will be released. It will be off you, and you will feel so brand new, so brand new. Another strategy that you can use, this is the technique that I called wet technique because it involves water, and another technique I call that dry technique. And dry technique will be like finding a calm and safe space, whether that is your bedroom, living room, or whatever you are, that you're by yourself. And incorporating body work. Body work means that we are literally going to, let's say, touch the palms of our hands in a circular motion. I like to use a little bit of like olive oil or just like body lotion when doing this, because my hands are dry, and then it's just easier to make the motion with your fingers. So I like to do a combination of like body stimulation together with ETF tapping, which basically means that you will, with a top of your fingers, touch the parts of your head, whether it is on top of your head or your eyebrows, in like kind of fast motion where you're just like, let's say, touching your eyebrows, like in whatever motion that like feels nice to you, whether it's circular or you're basically tapping and you're talking to yourself, right? And then you go from the top of your head to eyebrows to a little bit under eyes, and then you go to upper lip, and then you go to the chin, and then you go to your chest. So we are going to start. I like starting from the chest because this is where we kind of breathe. So it can be very sensitive, and you can feel the changes in your breath immediately when you start doing that. So I want to start with our chest, and I would like to make sure that you're ready for this another affirmation session where we're going to talk about same thing, that you can basically do this anytime, anywhere. Maybe when you're in your car, if you're starting to feel a little bit anxious or whatever is happening, you can calm yourself down and ground yourself into your own senses. So by tapping on your chest with like very like soft movements and like soft tapping with your fingers on it, we can say next: thank you, Creator. Thank you for allowing me to see that you are the way. Thank you for allowing me to see your light. Thank you for giving me this life, even though sometimes, because of the events that have happened, I have a hard time appreciating it. But I have learned now, and I understand that I am a part of your beautiful creation, and that I came here on planet Earth to shine the light. I came here on planet Earth to show people and be the example of how to get through the difficulty. Okay, let's move to the top of our head and do soft tapping with the fingers again. I understand that your path for me is unique, and I might not get it fully, but I respect my journey, and with the full confidence I can say now that I'm ready to be your child and that I trust you more than ever. Therefore, that means I trust myself more than ever with whatever future decisions I'm going to make. Okay, let's move forward. Let's tap the top of the eyebrows. Let's tap our eyebrows with the top of our fingers. We're tapping our eyebrows. So let's go. Let's continue with these affirmations. I'm divinely protected in your image, and I wish no ill will to anyone, because my heart is pure, my soul is clean, I am made in your image, therefore I will take the responsibility to shine in your light. Okay, let's type the under eyes. You can go a little bit softer here. I realize now that I love myself. I'm so precious. I haven't met anyone more precious than me. Thank you for making me so precious. Thank you for allowing me to see your light inside me. Thank you for allowing me to create. Thank you for allowing me to choose the life I can create. Okay, let's tap on top of our lips. I understand now that sadness is not your energy. Anger is not the energy of the Creator either. Neither is fear. None of these energies belong to Creator. Anger, sadness, fear. That's not of the Creator. Therefore, I chose not to stay in these energies, because these energies are not mine. They're false illusions. They're false illusions who want to keep me stuck. I choose the energy of joy, freedom, and happiness. Okay, let's tap our chin softly. with the top of our fingers. Let's tap the chin now. I'm used to your light, Creator, and I'm able to radiate so much light right now that I'm able to even help other people. I can help them with my patience, with the love, with warmth, with wisdom, with strength, and with softness. Let's stop our chest now. And this is all because I have allowed your energy to shine through me. Therefore, I became a light. Therefore, I'm the creator. Therefore, I'm complete. Therefore, I state, I love myself fully, head to toe. I accept myself and all my mistakes. I accept the new levels of self-worth that I'm aware I carry. Nothing and nobody defines me. I define me. I define me as I resemble the light of the Creator, and I act in good, and I make myself feel safe. I make myself proud. I make myself respected. I make myself loved. I make myself phenomenal. Thank you. So this is another set of affirmations that you can do on, I will say, on a dry, meaning when you're sitting at your computer, or when you're in the car, when you're in your bed, or if you want to create your own short version of this manifestation session or affirmation set, you can do that as well, focusing on self-love this time. So I will give you 1 minute to process this, since I have to process this as well. So let's make a little break of like a couple of seconds, and then I will be back with you. Okay, now when we had a couple of seconds to absorb all these new energy downloads, I want you to focus on the other set of actionable items that you can do to help yourself. So I want you to buy an object or get an object from a nature, or buy an object, let's say Target or whatever your store is. It can be whatever object, and the purpose of that object will be to assign victory to the object. So what does that mean? Assigning victory to an object means that you specifically go to the store, or let's say you go to the nature and you pick, I don't know, a rock or something, whatever it is, it really does not matter. I want you to purposefully go to the store and pick the object that resembles your victory. It resembles your victory over yourself, over your fear, over the doubt, over the guilt, shame, negative emotions, wanting to kill that person, whatever it is. Like, it resembles the absolute perfect state of being. It resembles victory for you, because we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate that you have conquered your past emotions of all the trauma, and the victory will be assigned to you, and it will be held in the object. You don't have to explain to people, if you live with your family in the house, like your mom, sister, brother, whatever it is, grandma, uncle, what is that object about? You don't need to explain to them assignment. It just has to be something that means to you. I bought a trophy that is in my bedroom. It is a golden metal trophy, and it looks beautiful. It is a trophy of a woman holding light with wings, and that trophy resembles my victory. So every time when I'm in the room and when I pass by the trophy, I think to myself, oh wow, I'm a badass, but in a good way. Like I really conquered everything that most humans will probably not conquer. Like I need to congratulate myself and tell myself, good job, this is actually great. So then that object of association of your victory should be somewhere where you're constantly passing by, so that you can actually see the object. The point of the object is not for it to be somewhere in the drawer, hidden nowhere, unless you really have no other choice, but you have to do that. Okay, then do it, but you should put it somewhere. It doesn't have to be as obvious as a trophy. It can be a plant. It can be a candle. It can be a lamp. It can be a painting. It can be whatever. It can be a chair. It can be whatever you want it to be. But preferably, it should be something that can stay with you for the longer periods of time, extended periods of time. So let's say the trophy is going to stay with me, the longest possible, right? So it's just very good reminder of your powers. Even if let's say in the days when you feel maybe not that great because something happened at work or whatever happened, then you can look at the object and be like, oh wow, yeah, I'm a winner. And then that's it. It's a 2-second thought, and you're brace yourself and you keep moving. So this is a object association. And then another actionable item that I want you to do is to take a journal and rewrite the story of a winner. I want you to imagine that you're a producer and you're writing a story about your life, and I want you to write it from the beginning till the end. Maybe you don't have to go in so many details, or maybe you can start from your traumatic event and then write so on. But the point of this journaling, it's like a future journal, and future journal refers to journaling about yourself like a movie character. Like when you watch a good movie, the good movie is not about, oh, this bad thing happened to this character and then that character never ever recovered from that, and that's the end of the movie. Like, who would watch that? Nobody. That's not even interesting now when I say it. It actually sounds terrible. So what I want you to do is I want you to basically write your story like a hero story. Write your story from, okay, this happened, that happened, and then down is the present moment, and then what happens later on. Even though if it seems like impossible, or it seems like unimaginable, or it seems like not real, it can be very real if you just put action towards it and you're in the right mindset. But it starts from you. So maybe the story looks like this. I'm just going to give an example. So this and this happened to me, right? So you have trauma, stories about the problems, and then you have a character, and then you're like, okay, I decided to act on good, and I decided to start a organization that helps children in need and connects, let's say, rich people with orphanages or these children in need. And yes, I'm making a little bit of money out of that, but I'm helping society in a big way, right? And then let's say I started my own company and that made me money too. And then I started this activity and that made me a millionaire. And then I got this opportunity and then I did this with this company. Or I got an offer to make the movie about my own life, and I was offered to be the main actress. Like, all those things, like, that almost seemed like unfathomable. Like, I'm finally driving my dream car because I have believed myself in my dreams. I live in the dream house that I have always imagined. My family is happy. I have an amazing partner. I conquered my trauma. I have, let's say, a center where I'm helping people to heal from same or similar trauma, or whatever it is. I want you to write your success story and the story of you as a winner. As a winner, because that's what we are. That's what we are. We are winners. You are the winner. You are the winner. I promise you. You are the winner. So, since you are the winner, I want you to start acting and behaving as one. Because nobody is going to benefit from you being in your victim mode. Not you, not God, not your spirit guides, not your angels, not your family, not the people that love you, not your friends. Nobody benefits from you in the version of you that is a victim. Nobody. 0 people. So, that being said, I want you to release that version of you and step into a victory version of you. You as a victorious human being. You as a absolute winner. This is where you benefit the most. And this is, quite frankly, what God wants to see from you. The Creator wants to see you like that. Joyful, happy, in love with life, in love with yourself. And this is the only way to actually bring more light into the world. Not by being down, sad, depressed, anxious, but by being opposite, happy, joyful, love. And then when you are those things will find you. I promise you. The next actionable item that you can do is to, I will split this into things. Number 1 is grounding, being in nature, because we live in a society that's very oriented on just like being in the buildings and constantly being using our electronic devices, constantly doing everything online and digitally, and we have completely disassociated from Mother Nature, and that's not always great. So I want you to find, I literally have my 2 secret spaces here in the city that I live, where I very often go to ground myself, meaning I will put my phone on silent and I will spend half an hour in the nature, either next to the ocean, or I have a park that's close by. I will go there by myself. So go by yourself, make sure you're obviously safe. You go there during the day and things of that nature, and you just absorb the nature. There's nothing to do. It's just to relax, process the feelings and emotions that are coming, allow yourself to decide on next steps, decide on next moves, see where is that taking you, and just like enjoy the moment, savor the moment, right? So this is one activity. And second activity will be, go back to your hobbies. Go back to what makes you feel happy. Like if there was any hobby that you dropped, I want you to pick that up. For me, it was ice skating. I really love ice skating and horseback riding. And I was like, yeah, hobbies, that's not as super important, whatever. But when you're actually doing something that you love to do, it brings so much joy around everything else. This is so-called like flow state. Flow state is a state that we reach when we are relaxed. We are doing something that's just relaxing. It can be surfing or whatever it is. So when you reach your flow state, you're able to let your mind be playful again. Let yourself be like that young kid that you were. Let your inner child explore and be happy. So this is very important, because sometimes we can be very often in that state of like self-analysis or even self-punishment, and just like trying to like do all these activities that are sometimes very static. Even though they're good, like affirmation that I just gave, they're still static. So I want you to combine that with these actions that are requiring your body to also move, to go to nature, to do something new, to do something great. I don't know if your flow state is reached by playing basketball or by whatever activity that it is, but it should be an activity. It should be running, it should be some sort of sport, it should be or art, painting, singing, book clubs, whatever it is. And it is obviously more social activity than going to the nature or to the forest by yourself. So this is what helped me to go through my own trauma. I also had a coach that I worked with, a couple of coaches actually. So if you guys can afford that, I also do advise that as well, if you feel like you need it. If you don't, that's also great. It is sometimes easier to bounce your thoughts onto another person's thoughts, and you have like these two brains working simultaneously to get you out of the state of mind where you are. But these are very in-depth practices that I have shared with you right now, and I know that they will serve you. And the reason I know that they will serve you is because they have served me. If you're really dedicated and you are on a mission to heal yourself and better yourself, which I'm sure you are, these are the exercises and possible ways for you to do so. So I'm very happy that I have been able to share this knowledge of mine with you guys today, and I really, really hope that this is helpful for you. If you guys want to find my videos or work with me or just explore more, I'm sure you will find links below, and this is where you can find more information. And for now, enjoy your day, stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay in love. Thank you.